1 2 1 2. Can you turn the chat on for me, please?
Is it on?
Well, it's not on the screen. There you go.
Yeah, so CT's joining us today.
What's going on, San Antonio? What's going on, South Texas, and all you Spurs fans out there? My name's Mike Jimenez, and this is the Alamo City Sportscast coming at you from the west side of San Antonio, West Bexar County, also represented, part of the Alamo City Podcast Network. Again, my name's Mike Jimenez. Joe Garcia is producing this show, a show that is exclusively on YouTube. Thank you for subscribing. Like, subscribe, and share with your friends, share with your family members. Man, we're having a good time, man. It's a good time to be a Spurs fan, at least for today, right?
At least for today.
Because last night we got that rare triple-double from Victor Wembanyama. I just saw a stat on the way over here that Wemby now has a career high of 10 blocks. Tim Duncan, his entire career, nearly 20 years with the Spurs, nearly 20 years in silver and black, never had 10 blocks in a game. His record was 9. Absolutely incredible. So we'll be talking about Wemby's big night. Devin Vassell balling out. The guy is balling out. I know we gave him some criticism last week because of what happened at the end of a game, but he's been balling these days. Is he now the legit number 2 guy? Do we have more confidence in him than before? It is Tuesday, which means Carolina Teague. Tuesdays with Teague. She'll be with us in a few minutes or so to talk about all things sports. Travis Kelsey, dude, the guy keeps getting crapped on right now. Why are people bagging on him right now on social media? I just don't get it. I know what it is. It's because he got that jab, man. It's because he's vaccinated, and he's proudly vaccinated. It's because he's dating Taylor Swift. That's why. But we'll get into that as well. Also, the question about Patrick Mahomes versus Tom Brady. Who is truly the GOAT? I have a poll on my Twitter account at MJ Acquired Taste asking this question. It is very tight. I posted this poll about an hour ago, and it is very, very, very tight right now. And my question for you is, let's go ahead and suppose the Chiefs win the Super Bowl next year and become the first team to ever three-peat. Does that make him the GOAT, even with fewer rings over Tom Brady?
Just might.
So let's talk about that.
Yeah.
We have a lot to get into today. We'll do some pop culture. I got to find out a little bit more information, but I read that the iconic All-Star sign got sold. Who would buy an All-Star sign?
30 G's, bro.
30 G's. I thought it would have gotten more than that.
I mean, you can't put that inside your regular man cave or something. It's too damn big, man.
This should be a poll question right here. Which sign are we going to...
No pun intended.
There you go. Which sign are we going to miss
God.
the most? Are we going to miss the All-Star sign, or do we miss the Red McCombs Indian that was on 410 in Callahan?
I'll tell you what, man.
Because that thing got taken down.
More than all that. What happened to the poles inside All-Stars? Did that guy sell those as well?
Wow.
You know,
the big old thing that people don't realize about stripper poles is that they spin. I think we think that these women are just like all acrobats and stuff. No, the sucker spins. Okay, it's not a stationary pole. You're not playing tetherball on that pole. Man. By the way, congratulations also to our new show on the Alamo City Podcast Network. We had Sweep the League going on yesterday for the first time from 2 to 3:15. It was a very good show. I caught a good part of it yesterday. Lots of banter going on. I was seeing, is that a quad box? Is that 4 people arguing sports?
Yeah.
Found that to be fascinating, but congratulations.
Yeah. We got to bring CT on, man. We only got it for a short time.
Oh, I didn't. Oh, I just barely saw her. She's wearing orange. Carolina Teague. It's Tuesdays with Teague. CT, how you doing?
Oh my God, I look horrible. I didn't get a good light today. I'm sorry, guys.
Girl, you look a lot better than we do, man. I'm sorry, but you bring it.
Kale juice. I used my juicer for the first time. I've had it for 2 years, and I've been so intimidated by my juicer because it's so big. But I have homemade kale juice, celery juice, and apple juice. I heard it's good for your digestive system, and it helps flatten your tummy. So we'll see what happens.
Well, I want to flatten my tummy a little bit, but I still want to maintain the dad bod.
Oh God.
Down 17 pounds in the last 13 months. People go, well, that's over 13 months. I'm like, well, motherfuckers, it's been kept off. It's been kept off.
You put some of that love weight on because you were out there drinking and eating at the rodeo.
That was at the rodeo, dude. The rodeo is a rodeo, dude. I mean, but at the same time, it was the Super Bowl that got me going.
Oh,
the amount of eating that we did in the Super Bowl, like this week, I have to be like clean with what I'm eating and no alcohol. The thought of alcohol. My good friends try to invite me over to their house yesterday to watch the Spurs game. And that means you want to come over and drink. And that was 1 day removed from the Super Bowl and 2 days removed from the rodeo, followed by the Rue Pub. No, I didn't want to watch the game because of that. Okay. I watched the game, but I didn't want to go drink. I'm done with drinking for at least or two, CT.
Wow, good for you. I'm gonna hold you to your word. I don't think you can go 2 weeks without drinking. I really don't. I think you like to drink. We're Mexican, we like to drink, and so it'd be hard to see you not drink. For me, speaking of Super Bowl, next year it's gonna be in New Orleans, and today's Fat Tuesday. Right. So that's gonna be like today's that final day, according to Mardi Gras tradition. Today's that final day where you can indulge on all the things you want to indulge on. And then tomorrow is Ash Wednesday and Lent. So you technically could drink alcohol today and eat a lot of food because it's Mardi Gras and you love Louisiana.
I do.
This is your last day. So I'm doing it for me because I love Louisiana and they have great king cake. I might buy one.
Hey, I want a king cake. I want to get the king cake, baby. That's good luck, man.
I gotta keep you on a little secret though. I'm not Catholic, so I don't have to give up anything for Lent. So
I'm not Catholic. I'm not a practicing Catholic. I was raised in a Catholic church, but I'm not a practicing Catholic anymore. But I, respect their. I think it's a good way to like nourish yourself. So even though I'm not a practicing Catholic, I like to give up something still, just so I can kind of see if I can do it. But the Fat Tuesday tradition in New Orleans is so much fun. I used to work in Baton Rouge, and I was working there during that time, and it's always the best time out there.
That's awesome. Baton Rouge, home of my daughter, Gabby Jimenez. Follow her at JV Jimenez on Twitter because my daughter is a crime reporter for The Advocate over there in Baton Rouge, breaking news and all that stuff. Very proud of her. Though my daughter right now is in the Philippines.
Wow.
Getting her heritage on because she's half Hispanic, half Mexican. She's half Filipina. She's with her grandmother for the college graduation gift that she got from her grandma, which is we want to go see the homeland. So she's going to be there for a few weeks. She got there over the weekend.
I don't know if you're a pool player, but my brother is like a competitive pool player. He's really good at pool. And they have $1,000 pool sticks in the Philippines that are custom made over there for $80. So if you are a pool player, you should ask your daughter to bring you back a pool stick, or you can buy them and give her the money, have her bring them back, and then resell them for like a G here in the United States. Just an FYI.
That's awesome. That's like going over to Asia with your Levi's because they're really into Levi's over there. That's kind of a big deal. But let's show some highlights from last night's game. Let's get into the sports action because we're going to have highlights behind you here of the Spurs taking on the Toronto Raptors. This is courtesy of Bally Sports yesterday. Spurs getting off to an 8-0 run to start the game. But the big highlight of the night, everyone's talking about Victor Wembanyama, who went off for the triple-double. I mean, he had a monster game last night. In the third quarter, had 6 of his 10 blocks, a triple-double. And the Spurs ran away with this game, got their 11th win of the season. But the big story is the fact, a couple of things, was that Wemby got the triple-double. And on top of that, the Toronto Raptors fans wanted him to get the triple-double. The announcers for Toronto were excited for Wemby. I had never seen, this was like ever since like Rocky IV, had not seen a crowd turn on the home team like Ivan Drago in Rocky IV, like people did for Wembanyama last night. The fans wanted Wemby to do well, and they cheered him on when he got that triple-double. They all got excited because they felt like they were witnessing history. And in the third quarter, the 6 blocks over there, half of them on Jakob Poeltl. My God. Jakob Poeltl was sent packing so often yesterday. Scotty Barnes multiple times. And then my guy, Grady Dick, was block victim number 10 at the very end. What did you think of last night's performance of Victor Wembanyama and how this is historically for the Spurs? Because here's the thing.
Sorry.
Turn that off.
Sorry.
Historically, Wemby has more blocks in a single game than Tim Duncan ever had in his career.
Wow.
Your thoughts of last night's game?
Incredible. Absolutely incredible. This is the generational talent that the Spurs got in the first pick. This is what they deserve. And he absolutely showed us with this game what he's capable of doing. And I like it. I like it a lot. And this win is something that the Spurs and Spurs fans were needing so bad, because this has been not the easiest season for everybody to get through. And for not only for them to beat the Raptors, they covered the spread, and they also, Wemby had that incredible game with 10 blocks, and nobody's done that since 2021. So it's been about 3 years since somebody's had a game like this. And shout out to Wemby. Once they put the pieces around him and have that veteran presence that he requested, he's going to be unstoppable. So I'm excited for Wemby to grow.
It's being called a historic game because the last 3 players to have 25 points, 10 rebounds, 5 assists, and 10 blocks in a game, the names are David Robinson, Hakeem Olajuwon, and Victor Wembanyama, the only players to ever do a 25, 10, 10, and 5 game. That is remarkable. And he did it efficiently. That was the thing, is that last night he was 10 of 14 from the field, knocked down 2 of 4 3-pointers, 5 of 6 from the free throw line, 27 points, 14 rebounds, 10 blocks, 5 assists. The only blemish, I guess you could say, is that he had 7 turnovers. But if you're doing all of that other stuff, you're perfectly fine. But last night's game, as we see the highlights of Victor Wembanyama, we're seeing the superstar that is there. We're seeing the superstar. It's not the budding superstar or the superstar that might be there in 2025, 2026. We see superstar here. He is here. And there are very few players out there in the NBA who can do what Wemby did yesterday. Maybe Jokic can do it, right? Maybe Jokic has the ability of doing that, but he never has. He's never done what Wemby did yesterday. Wemby, exclamation point before All-Star weekend. Very, very proud of him. Last night, Devin Vassell went off 25 points, 9 of 15 shooting, knocked down 5 out of 7 threes. This guy's averaging 23.8 points per game the last 9 games. He is bringing it these days. And then Jeremy Sohan brought the clamps defensively on Scotty Barnes.
That's what Matt Lerma said. Is Jeremy Sohan officially your son? You're going to claim him?
No, that one form, like the apology form. Okay, I'll sign one name.
I got it ready for you.
Not both names.
I got it ready for you.
But Sohan, I don't know if you saw this, CT. Sohan was sporting the headband yesterday. He has a different look. He was rocking a headband, and I found that to be interesting. I'm going to bring the highlights back up from last night's game because Wemby looked great. And then we also had arguably. Let's show Sohan here. If you could bring the highlights back on. Let's show Sohan here with the headband as he makes a move here. Again, courtesy of Valley Sports, bringing the ball up the court. And there he is, white headband, looking like a flashback to the late 80s. I like the look.
I like it.
I'm not down with the pink hair.
Why?
But the blonde hair with the headband, I can do it. I
like the pink. And I like the headband too.
No, pink is for winners. And when we're 11 and 40 something, no. You want to go with gold?
You might have a point. You might have a point. Do you have a crush on Jeremy Sohan?
I have a crush on Jeremy Sohan, the power forward, not Jeremy Sohan, the point guard.
Makes total sense. I like that.
Lots of comments coming in. Greetings from the Netherlands, says Garrett. We have international viewers of this show. By the way, we're joined by Carolina Teague at CT, the Mike Slayer, host of A League of Her Own podcast. I'm going to talk a little bit about her podcast, from yesterday, by the way, later on in the show, because you guys got into the Travis Kelsey thing, and that's still grinding my gears a little bit. People reaching out to us saying that Sohan's been grinding on 2K. That's funny. He
spent all his VC. He spent all his VC on here, man. Yeah. You know?
But Sohan has been playing better as a power forward. Well, I shouldn't say that because he's so super inconsistent with what he's doing. There are some games out there, like when Joe and I went out there, fifth row, balled out 30 points. I felt like he was doing it for me. Okay.
Oh,
I thought so too. I literally thought the same thing. And I'm not trying to make the world all about you, Jimenez.
Yeah.
But I wonder if Jeremy glanced and saw Jimenez's hating ass in there and was like, let me walk up with this guy.
That short Mexican mofo.
He should have pointed at you, dude.
But then he followed it up with a 17-point performance and then 5 games in a row where he was single digits. Hey, real fast before we move along. There was that play. If we could show this play real fast. Sure. This was the 10th block on Grady Dick, right? But it was followed by Devin Vassell, who a lot of people are saying this is the pass of the year. And the kick out to Vassell behind the back, and then the reaction of Wemby. Super excited. I'm going to reaction right there. Look at that.
I love that.
As someone mentioned yesterday on Twitter, I forgot who it was, saying that that pass by Vassell gave Wemby the O face. Super excited, but the Spurs go on to beat the Toronto Raptors. Man. Oddly enough, this was a game the Spurs should have lost because we're trying to get Toronto's first round draft pick, which is top 6 protected. But still, it was fun. If we're gonna win a game, I want to see Wemby go off for a triple double like he did yesterday. Actually, it's 5 assists short of a quadruple double. I firmly believe that the next time there will be a quadruple double, it's gonna be from Wemby. He's gonna have one in the holster at some point in his career. This is something that's only happened 4 times in NBA history, twice by Spurs players. David Robinson and Alvin Robertson did it back in the day.
Hey, we have a request from one of our viewers, man.
Yeah.
Solar Bear. He says he needs his pick to be featured.
Okay.
It's not a bad pick. They didn't meme you on this one.
No, not yet. But I get memed for everything else.
It's not a bad pick.
It was with my hoodie, man. It was with my hoodie. Let's talk about Devin Vassell, because Vassell went off for 25 points last night. The guy is starting to ball, man. On the season, 19 points per game, getting up to 4 assists and 4 rebounds. Devin Vassell, last 10 games, averaging 23.1 points per game, averaging 4 rebounds, 4 assists, shooting 40% from 3 the last 10 games, 49% from the field, 80% from the free throw line. Devin Vassell, maybe, just maybe, is figuring out how to play alongside Victor Wembanyama. How important is it, CT, for Wemby to have that running mate there to go alongside of him? I know the Spurs hasn't translated to a lot of wins, but he's actually playing very well these days. Devin Vassell, a little bit more consistent than in weeks past.
You have to be consistent if you're that second guy. And this is his 10th game of the season with at least 25 points. So this is a game. Those are the games that we need as Spurs fans. Spurs fans need to see Devin Vassell perform at a high level to match Victor Wembanyama's intensity. Not only did Victor have a great game, Devin Vassell did too. And look at the results of that. They won the game and they covered the spread. So when that consistency is there, look at the results. So this is exactly what's needed. And kudos to Devin Vassell.
Well, the good thing for the Spurs, though, is that they don't go 0 for the rodeo road trip. That's what I was afraid of, was them going 0 for 9. But they have one more game before All-Star Weekend. That is a Valentine's night matchup tomorrow night against the Dallas Mavericks. Luka going up against Wemby out there in Big D. This is an interesting game for the Spurs to go out there to Dallas, because it's the last game before the break. They can leave it all on the line. They don't have to load manage anybody. I think the Spurs have a legit chance of keeping it close. I think the Mavericks are going to win the game, but I think it's going to be closer than what most people think. And then the question is, will Sohan go out there and be a pest against Luka Doncic? Because if you remember last year against the Mavericks, Luka Doncic was frustrated by the defense that Jeremy Sohan was bodying him up with. But this year, Luka has gotten the advantage over Sohan. I'm excited about tomorrow's game. There's a lot of subplots that I'm saying. I think the Spurs still lose, but I think it's going to be like a 5-point game.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
No,
I don't think it's going to be 5 points. I know it sounds really like negative of me, but I don't think I don't think the Spurs are going to keep it within 5 points. But if they do, I'll be happy to say I'm wrong.
So we mentioned that tomorrow is Valentine's Day.
Oh, it is?
Yes. So what plans do you have for Valentine's Day? I'm going through a divorce. I have no plans for Valentine's Day. What do you got going on tomorrow?
No plans. Hopefully I get laid. I mean, that's what I want.
Does it have to be Valentine's Day, or is it something special?
It doesn't have to be Valentine's Day.
Well,
it doesn't have to be Valentine's Day.
Okay, if it doesn't have to be Valentine's Day, doesn't a little something special need to go on? You know, a certain outfit.
God, bro, an outfit. Demon Mike coming out.
I think, honestly, I love flowers. So anytime I could get flowers, but I get flowers.
Let's go back to the outfit. It's going to be an outfit. She tried changing the subject so quick, Joe.
No, I don't want to talk about the outfits I wear because then that gets too X-rated. I really
don't even go there. Don't even go
there. Behind me. But I don't want to talk. I don't want to talk about that. I don't want to get too sexual.
Greetings from CT's dungeon. Right?
Yeah, there's a gimp outfit back there.
Oh God, bro.
But I said what I said. So just use your imagination.
This reminds me of you, CT. Remember that one time that you were on the radio with Rudy J and all them?
Oh,
and you started trying to talk about relationship talk. And you're like, let me talk to you all about what's going to happen on Valentine's Day. They're like, whoa.
They asked me and I told them the truth. That's why they go back. I'm too hot for the radio, man.
Yeah, they almost had to take her mic off the air, man. That shit was funny.
Yeah,
we got some euros coming in from Europe. $5.99 worth of euros over there. Garrett coming out.
Hey, y'all gotta transfer that over to me.
God.
The question is,
look, Elias, he put CT blink twice.
Well, let's go back to Garrett. His super chat question was, can he be your international Valentine there? Again,
there you go,
Carolina. There are rules about zip
Myra.
codes, time zones. Hey, he is like a continent away. Can you have an international Valentine there?
Yeah, why not?
There you go.
Why not? I was gonna say Mario said exactly what was in my mind right now, the megaplex. I was literally thinking about that when Mario was like, he's like a mind reader, because that's exactly what I was thinking about. But I like PG wise, I get flowers every week, so that's regular to me. But I would love to have roses, of course, or like some type of flowers. Flowers always make a girl feel special. And I think I'm just going to cook a nice home cooked meal, probably a steak, a baked potato, and some vegetables. Just keep it really simple. And yeah, I don't like going out on Valentine's Day because everything's too packed. So, and I like spending time with my boys. So, yeah, I'm going to be with my boys and just have a good time. But
that's Carolina Teague mentioning
the night.
That is Carolina Teague mentioning the Valentine's dinner and the dessert.
Right.
Very nice. Now, the Megaplex is funny because my future ex-wife and I, we go there from time to time. And there was a special that they would give. If you checked in on Facebook at the register, they would give you like 30% off.
Wow.
And we like checked in for like a minute and a half because we're in the parking lot. She's like, erase it. It wasn't anything crazy that we were getting. It was like we were getting gifts for people over there, but I found that to be funny. But joined by Carolina Teague, the Mike Slayer. I love the new handle, CT.
Thank you.
I love the new handle.
Thank you. I just was like, I need to switch it up. I need to change my name.
Hey, Mike, CT's got a heart out, man. So she's got to start saying goodbye to
what time to heart out? What time to heart
out? 4 more minutes.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, first of all, before we go to that, Jesus saying that his wife will be getting the best 4 minutes of her life tomorrow.
Oh my God. Oh, okay. Be honest.
Yeah.
Do y'all last more than 10 minutes? It's Valentine's Day.
That ain't even a question.
I mean,
yes, of course. Of course.
Now, the question is, would she want it to last more than 10 minutes? That is the question.
Honestly, like 4 to 10, I'm good. Like,
there you go.
Oh man.
There you go. But you got to double it for foreplay. Talking to Carolina Teague. Last night was watching your show. the League of Her Own podcast, and you were getting into the Travis Kelsey thing about the bump that he had with Andy Reid. You agreed that it was much ado about nothing. It was probably a bad look, but at the end of the day, I personally believe that if that bump had not happened, the Chiefs would not have won that game, because that was his way of saying, look, dumbass, change the game plan. Hall of Fame tight end over here, throw the ball my way, and how dare you get me out of the game? Even if I'm a decoy, how dare you get me out of the game inside the red zone?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
so I'm really appreciative of that you and I agreed on that topic.
Yeah, I feel like if you're not, like, if you go back to my clip on Twitter, I went off. I started off a little shaky, but then I was like going off, and I went through a stream of consciousness, because when you have people are, oh, they have the heart of a champion. Well, what does that entail? When you have the heart of a champion, it's just not when you win the championship. It's through the entire process of your entire life. And that moment was an emotional moment. Like, when you want a championship more than anything, it shows. And that moment right there, what, like, people were saying he should get benched. Andy Reid should have benched him in that moment to teach him a lesson. That is why Andy Reid is one of the greatest coaches in NFL history, because he could have easily been put his ego first and said, you know what, you want to talk to me like that? Sit your ass down. But he didn't. He understood. He knows Travis Kelsey, knows he just wants to win the game for the team. And if he would have benched him, then Travis Kelsey wouldn't have that explosive run in the fourth quarter when they were trying to tie the game at the end. And you are right. The Chiefs wouldn't have won a championship had anything went different. Had he had not yelled at him and said, put me in the game, to explain his passion, of Andy Reid let his ego get in the way and bench him in that moment, they would not be celebrating the championship right now. And people are saying he should get fined, he should get suspended. I'm sure he doesn't give a damn, because he has a championship ring to back it up. Now, if I have the heart of a champion and I win a championship that I've worked for my entire life, and you fine me like $150,000, I'll happily pay that in exchange for my championship. So it is what it is.
And they get bonuses, don't they, for winning Super Bowls?
Oh, yeah. Even if they're like, we're not going to give you a bonus, so be it.
They're taking that bump to the bank right now, and I'm super excited for Travis Kelsey, what he's got going on in his life. People giving him shit. The only people who are giving him shit really are people who hate him politically. That's the only people who give him shit, because no one gives two damns about that. I mean, really, they wanted to get super excited about Kelsey losing the game because they hate him and they hate Taylor Swift and they hate all that, right? They wanted to bag on him, but they're like, oh, well, they won. Oh, the bump. Dude, we know what it is, dude. We know what it is. You guys are just politically charged. That's all that you do. And we shine the spotlight on it, and they try to act all holier than thou. Fuck that. You just hate Kelsey because he doesn't represent what you represent politically. It just pisses me off. I hate the far right. I hate the far left. They're both stupid. Okay? MAGA stupid. Far left is stupid. I'm somewhere in the middle, which is called normal people. Normal people.
Yeah.
I think, even aside from politics, I feel like just our world has gotten very soft. In a sense where everybody is very, very sensitive to each other's emotions, which is a gift and a curse, right? And in this moment, like, when you're a competitor, I think you have to understand that athletes are extremely emotional. And especially, like I said, when you have the heart of a champion, these moments are going to happen. And people compared it, like, if this happened to Lamar Jackson, he would get fined and suspended, and probably so, because America treats people different way. But my stance doesn't change on this reaction. If this would have been Lamar Jackson doing the exact same thing, I would feel the exact same way. It's okay that people have emotions, as long as you have a coach that understands. And I think people are not giving Andy Reid enough credit in this moment. The focus is on Travis Kelsey, but he is a great coach, because in that moment he was able to remove his ego, and I think that was huge, to have him in the game and understand the bigger picture. Because if he'd have let his ego get in the way, then, like I said, they wouldn't be celebrating a championship.
Yeah, the idea of, well, he should just been benched out of
like, hey, you stay in your place. You don't talk to me like that. I'm the coach. Well, the people who say that probably have ego issues, because if you're trying to win a championship and we're all a team, I might get in your ass after the game, don't disrespect me ever again like that. Or you know what I'm saying? Like maybe he had some words to him afterwards. I hope Andy Reid actually got in his ass afterwards.
Oh, I hope so too. And he probably did. And I bet you Kelsey apologized profusely. By the way, he was holding him up by the arm. Okay. So it wasn't like Kelsey ran into him and just like tried to knock him down. He grabbed him by the arm. He hooked his arm in there and he came in angry. You know what? Dude, Michael Jordan did stuff like that. Kobe Bryant would yell at people. I mean, and they get celebrated. Kelsey, it's because of politics, man. That's the reason why he's hated.
It's the nature of the beast. And like, even if you're like, if you play, professional sports and you're in the locker room, it's not all peaches and cream. They curse each other out all the time.
Yeah.
Why the F did you make that play? Why the F did you drop the ball? So that's kind of how they talk to each other. It's just, we saw it on a national stage.
That is Carolina Teague, host of A League of Her Own podcast. Tell us what's going on in your world before you leave, other than the sexy Valentine's evening that's going to happen tomorrow for Mr. Mike Slayer.
So I am going, I know, right? Look, I'm excited for tomorrow. And River City Wrestling is Sunday, February 25th. It's our 22nd anniversary. I'm going to be ring announcing there. I love River City Wrestling, Brandon Oliver. They're such an incredible team. I hope you guys can come out and slap heard across the world. Thunder Rosa slapped Izzy Moreno. She took a heel. We're a women empowerment company. I'm the general manager. I have a meeting with Thunder Rosa soon, and I don't know how the meeting's going to go, but I'm going to tell Thunder Rosa how I truly feel. And I said in my podcast last night, I'm giving myself 72 hours to calm down, because Thunder Rosa slapping Izzy Moreno after her first win is just something that I've never expected. So hopefully this meeting goes well. And I'm going to go to the NFL Combine.
Nice.
In 2 weeks. So I have a lot going on. So it's going to be fun.
That is Carolina Teague. You can follow her on Twitter /X at CT the Mike Slayer. I am not a big fan of like the WWE wrestling, but this RCW stuff, this local stuff I've been to in the past, badass. That is
not seen you at any of the shows.
What's that?
I've not seen you at any of the shows. So what
know
are you
what? You know what? The 22nd, I'll
Mike.
take my daughter. We'll go out there. Yay! That is Carolina Teague. We'll talk to you soon, CT. Thanks for being on.
Bye. I'll talk to you guys later. Love y'all. Bye.
So the last time I got invited to the RCW stuff, Carolina was like, "Hey, you want to come?" I was like, "Oh yeah, I'd go. I'd be happy to go." Well, it's sold out. You'd have to have standing room only. And I'm like, I don't want to do a standing room only. That was the last time we talked about this. Lots of people reaching out to us right now on our YouTube stream. They're commenting on the fact that CT said that sex should be around 4 to 10 minutes.
We can last 10.
I would say 8 to 12 is preferable. Okay. 8 to 12.
How many blue chews you going to do? You're going to down, Mike?
Dude, I'm going to be honest with you. I've yet to need blue chew, or Viagra, stuff like that. The only time, here's the thing. A few years ago, the only time the pecker didn't seem to be working, there was actually an issue. I had kidney stones, and that was the indication that I was having something wrong down there. Once that kidney stone went away,
Demon Mike came back out.
Demon Mike came back around. Very, 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 very cool. Matthew Lermo, Mike doesn't cover real football. What does that mean?
I don't know. I guess because you're not really talking about football. You're talking more about the the pop culture aspect of it.
Oh, the X's and O's is boring as fuck, dude. I mean, to sit there and talk about football in the sense that, okay, well, let's go ahead and take a look at this dime package and let's see what happened here. That is boring. No one gives a shit. Like, the diehard football nuts might dig that. But the thing about sports talk and about all that stuff is keeping it above the 30,000 foot level and talking about it in terms like that. Like when I talk about the Spurs, I don't talk about Pop's rotations and like take a look at the movement of this, that, and the other. No one cares. There's like 3 people who care. And that's basically it.
Matt Lerma said, I meant soccer.
Oh.
Dead ass he puts.
Oh, well, football. I mean, soccer. I mean, I like San Antonio FC. I enjoyed going. But I'm not going to sit there and go to a pub and watch soccer at 10 in the morning. Ain't going to happen. I'll do it for the World Cup. How about that?
Dude, the World Cup's gonna be, I think, in Jersey or something stupid like that.
Dallas for the semifinals and
Oh,
Jersey
man.
for the finals. People were upset about that, but it's like, you know what? Jerry Jones can't get everything, dude. Seriously.
Yeah, but I mean, Jersey, bro, that has to like be probably like one of the worst pitches out there, man. You know,
Well, they're
as
changing
far
it.
as the field
They're
goes.
they're making it all grass.
They need
They're
to,
taking
man.
all that out and making it all grass.
Yeah, because that whatever that fake turf or whatever, man, it's a recipe for disaster. A lot of injuries are going to be had there because the cleats get stuck. You know?
Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
So I was taking a look online that the All-Star sign is no more.
Yeah, man. They took it down, dude. All Stars is no more. The iconic sign off of 10, dude. Gone.
Yeah, so apparently the strip club, which is closing down, tried selling it online for $30,000. Taking a look at the sign right here. I have it on here. This is courtesy of the San Antonio Current. They're showing the sign. It's a good looking sign. I mean, it's iconic, right? But man, who buys this? Who buys this San Antonio piece of memorabilia here? I'm thinking about the San Antonio Indian, which, by the way, the Indian that was part of Red McCombs for many, many years on 410 and Callahan, they said when they took that thing down last year that they were going to put it someplace else, that it was going to be someplace else. And in fact, it used to be in Alamo Heights, and then they moved it to the northwest side. But who buys these things and why?
I don't know, man. Somebody out there has an Indian.
Like, do you watch on History Channel American Pickers?
Yeah.
It's those two guys that go on and they go to
people's houses.
Houses. That, you know, they find all these artifacts like Civil War stuff. Now, the Civil War stuff is pretty cool, but they get really excited about signs of like gas stations and all that stuff. And I mean, it's cool design, but like for people to like get hardcore into it. Oh, well, this is ceramic and this is not, and this has the neon lights and this don't. Dude, seriously, that's what gets you excited? Swiss, which is out to us right now, says 8 to 12 minutes. Nah, you're too well for that, Mike. If you last 2 minutes, good for you. A good 30-minute workout at best. Again, it depends. Sometimes they're just quickies, dude. Sometimes they're just quickies. Nothing wrong with that. Sometimes, you know, it's a bed and breakfast. Sometimes it's a weekend in Vegas, and it's like a 30-minute to 1 hour long extravaganza. You know, it just is what it is.
Hey, there's Chris Gonzalez saying, do we still have that buttercrust bread sign? I was just talking to my wife about places that we used to go to on field trips when we were a kid. And I was like, man, that buttercrust sign with the bread looking like it was sliced and was moving.
It was moving, yeah.
And you could smell the bread, like if you're on the highway driving past the buttercrust plant or whatever.
Those who are of a certain age in San Antonio know what this is all about, man. When we would go out in 4th or 5th grade, we'd go out to the buttercrust. I believe it was off of like San Pedro, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
And then we go out to the bakery. At the very end, they would give you bread with butter.
Dude, that bread was so good.
They would give you the best wooden ruler of all time, couple of pencils, and then you'd have the book covers, which no one had them with the logo out. It was always logo inside, so that you could draw on it. Yeah,
exactly. Hey, we got an invite here from Matt Gomez. He says, Joe and Mike, y'all are welcome to the first tailgate of SAFC. All supporters will welcome y'all. I've been to the game.
I've been behind the pitch myself with the Crocketeers. That's been very fun. I had a great time. I went there with Rob Thompson, and I have video of us doing the chants. It was pretty fun.
Oh man, was it the All Stars during the Timberlake Janet Jackson performance? Memories.
Gonna have you naked by the end of this song.
Boom. Hey, you know what was funny too? My cousin he was recording the halftime show, right? So he had like a DVD recorder at the time, right?
Yeah.
So he's over here recording it, and then that thing happened with Janet Jackson. So the whole night, the rest of the night, everybody was out there on the other screen because he kept replaying it over and over, and everybody all the men are over there laughing, you know, over and over again, dude.
Take a look at some pop culture stuff. I found this to be funny. Well, not funny. I found this to be amazing. I was watching this earlier today. Our girl, our 1 seed. What's that 1 seed? That blonde girl's name? That actress?
Which one? Sweeney?
Sweeney. There she is. So Sydney Sweeney was at a premiere yesterday.
Oh, Madam Web, yeah.
And I gotta say, dude, she has never looked any more hot than she did last night, dude.
But people, man, they clowning on her, dude. They always say like, "Oh, but her face." I'm like, what's wrong with her?
Her face is
man?
amazing. What are you talking about?
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, what's wrong with her?
Dakota
man?
Johnson here, this photo here. She ain't ugly.
Nah, she's cute too, dude.
Emma Roberts.
Man,
she's a smoke show. Remember her from American Horror Story.
She ain't no BB Rex.
And Sydney Sweeney. Good Lord. 1 seed of 1 seeds, dude. Get the hell out of here. People complain about her face. What are you talking about? She's a 10.
I'm just saying, man.
Outright 10. That's a nugget with like 8 U's, man. That's a nugget. It was so funny, dude. I was at a Super Bowl party on Sunday, and my friend's wife asked what a nugget was.
Oh, God.
We had to,
tell her.
We had to explain what it meant.
Oh, man.
This is what a nugget means. That's very funny, man. Hey, how was the show yesterday, man? With
Rudy?
With Rudy Campos. I mean, I caught some of it. I caught a good chunk of it.
I caught as much as I could because I was working at the time. So I was talking with Rudy back and forth while he was doing the show, making sure everything was running smooth behind the scenes, and it was.
Yeah,
dude. They didn't have any really big hiccups or anything, so I was happy that it just ran off without a hitch, and they got their first show under their belt. It was a really good show, Rudy and his crew, they did a great job, so look for their show starting at 2 p.m. Monday through Friday. So it's going to be from 2 to 3:30 p.m. Mondays through Fridays. So you watch us in the morning, and Rudy over there at Sweep the League, they got you covered in the afternoons, man. So make sure you show them some love.
So Jonathan C. reaches out to us on our YouTube stream saying Livy Dunn is his 1 seed. And I got a photo of her up here right now that she goes to LSU like my daughter used to. Yeah. She's the gymnast over there. She's an amazing gymnast, by the way. Is she a 1 seed? How many 1 seeds are we allowed? She's in the tournament, dude. She's in the tournament. Most definitely in the tournament.
Man,
but is she a 1 seed? I don't know, man. She's in the tournament, dude. She's one of the top seeds, right? She's maybe a 6 seed. If we have 64 that go up against each other, she's a 6 seed.
Yeah.
So speaking of March Madness, by the way, taking the show on the road. I'm going to be in Vegas March 20th through the 23rd. 2 of those days, I plan on doing this show from the Las Vegas Strip, taking the show on the road. I'm going to ask Whataburger if I could do it from their new location.
That'd be pretty cool, dude.
And then I want to ask a sportsbook if I could do it at one of their locations also, just kind of go over things and talk to them about sports betting and stuff like that. Speaking of sports betting, Las Vegas casinos yesterday reported the fact that the most number of dollars ever spent on the Super Bowl was yesterday. $185.6 million spent in Nevada sportsbooks on the Super Bowl alone. $185.6 million. That beat the all-time record from 2 years ago by $6 million. That is amazing, dude. That game was also the most watched game ever in NFL history, in TV history in the United States as well. It's now, crazy. Don Harris was going back and forth with me on this yesterday on Twitter. He was saying that the moon landing was the most watched thing, but I was trying to say, hey, well, that was actually spread across CBS, NBC, and ABC, whereas this was specifically one network, which was CBS, along with Paramount on streaming. They did a fantastic job. The NFL loves this whole thing with the Chiefs. I mean, they fell in love with the fact that the Swifties came on board, and I know that pissed off a lot of people. But really, if you get pissed off with that Taylor Swift's over there, that's more on you than anything else. But here's the thing. Let's ask this question, because I asked this question on Twitter. We are talking about Patrick Mahomes with 3 rings. There's a difference between being the GOAT, because you have the accolades, and being the best of all time. 2 different things. But he has an opportunity next year of doing something that's never happened in the NFL, which is go for a 3-peat. It had been almost 20 years since a back-to-back. Now we're talking about a 3-peat. If he gets a 3-peat next year, and he is with 4 rings, I know that's less, that's fewer than Mahomes, than Tom Brady's 7. But the question becomes, if you have 4 rings and a three-peat, the only three-peat in NFL history, can you be considered the GOAT, or is it still Tom Brady? I put this poll out here before the show started. 52% right now saying that Tom Brady would still be considered the GOAT in their eyes. 47% saying Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah, Mahomes is Brady-esque in a sense where he has that clutch gene and he comes out big in the biggest moments, right? Like he'll go ahead and just say, I'm going to go up the field, put the team on my back, we're going to win the Super Bowl, you know? But Brady has done that numerous times, and he's done that during the regular season too, where his team is behind. And if you just leave enough clock on the, enough time on that clock, Brady's going to beat you.
You're right. We would always be fearful of Brady when it came to that. And we saw that with Mahomes. I mean, you and I talked about that early on. You give him time to beat you, he is going to beat you. The difference is, though, is that Mahomes just does things physically that Tom Brady never could. Tom Brady was very accurate, but he didn't have the athleticism of Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah.
You never saw Brady eke out for 65 yards of rushing. He was just a pocket passer. That's all he is. Now, I'm not saying that Patrick Mahomes is a running quarterback. He's a quarterback that knows how to run. Now, Matt Laird asking the question, didn't Brady beat the Chiefs? Yeah, he beat the Chiefs when Tom Brady had about 20 years experience and Patrick Mahomes was like on year number 2 or 3 of his career.
Yeah.
It's kind of like asking the question, well, didn't this fighter beat this fighter, but one of the fighters was 21 and the other fighter was 37? It's different, man. It's different when it comes to it all. So it's not the same as though, for example, you can go back and forth about Tim Duncan and Kobe Bryant because they were both around the same age coming up, right? Maybe a couple of years difference. They went toe-to-toe together at their primes together. Mahomes and Brady, there was a slight overlap, and they did play themselves in each other in the Super Bowl, but it wasn't the same, man. It wasn't the same. You had a Tom Brady who had been to the Super Bowl 5 or 6 times by then against a Patrick Mahomes-led team of a young guy who had success, but was still a young guy. It's very, very difficult to try to compare the two, even though they did play each other. Mario Cavazos reaching out, talking about how Eli Manning was rapping about beating Tom Brady twice. Did you see that? He did this whole rap in front of some of the players where he was talking about, I forgot how he phrased it, but it was something like, they like to call Brady the GOAT, but I beat him twice. Was like one of the lines. It was great, man.
Christopher Leha, man, he says Mahomes has done it with less offensive weapons these last 2 wins. He says Mahomes better than Brady.
Well, he is better than Brady, but Brady is the GOAT because he's got 7 rings. I asked this question at a Super Bowl party the other day. Brady was 7-2 in the Super Bowl. He could have been 9-0. This is the Tim Duncan corollary to it all. Think about it this way. The 2 losses that he had were against the Giants on fluke plays, the Manningham catch, the David Tyree helmet catch. Like, some of the greatest plays of all time needed to happen in order for Brady to lose. So where would Brady be if he was 9-0? But he lost those 2 games. Where would he have been if Marshawn Lynch had gotten the ball instead of Russell Wilson throwing the interception? Where would he have been if Vinatieri had not made any of these clutch long-ass field goals? Where would he have been if the tuck rule did not exist? Where would he have been if a 28-3 was held up and Shanahan didn't wet the bed down the stretch play calling? Would Tom Brady be considered the GOAT if his all-time Super Bowl record was 4-5? He'd have 4 Super Bowls, but if he was 4-5, 5-4, would he be considered the GOAT? And it's funny how the kicker had something to do with his legacy, how a boneheaded play call by Pete Carroll had to do something with his legacy. It's amazing how it all came to be for Tom Brady. Patrick Mahomes is winning these games because of Patrick Mahomes. Now, I know Chris Jones had a big game on Sunday night, but by and large, it's because of Patrick Mahomes. Now, I have the same conversation about Tim Duncan. Tim Duncan with 5 rings, the exact same number as Kobe Bryant, right? Most basketball experts who follow the game, most players will have Tim Duncan in the top 10 all-time greats. Some will have him in the top 5. I personally have Tim Duncan in the top 5. But what would have happened if he had matched Michael Jordan with 6? What would it have taken? All the things that happened, 0.4 with the Lakers. If Derek Fisher had not made that 0.4, Spurs go on and win that series.
If Manu hadn't fouled
Dirk,
Nowitzki.
if he hadn't fouled Dirk, if Manu hadn't like broken his arm or shoulder or whatever, that one injury he had, that one playoff series, if Kawhi hadn't fallen on Zaza Pachulia's ankle.
Yeah.
I mean, legitimately, Ray Allen, what if he had missed that 3? What if Duncan was in the game, for crying out loud, to grab the rebound? As Spurs fans, we're spoiled because the Spurs went 5-1. But you look at it, Spurs could have had 9. Legitimately, not bullshit. That whole thing, that hack of Manu was what, in the Western Conference Finals. That 0.4. I mean, the Lakers were the best team in the NBA that year. They would have gone through them. Had they beaten Golden State, they would have ran through the playoffs. Obviously, dude, the champagne was literally in the Spurs locker room when Ray Allen made that 3. It's amazing to think, where would Tim Duncan be in the pantheon of NBA players had he had 7, 8, 9 rings? Because it almost happened.
Yeah. And it also could have been another, let's say finals win or trip to the finals.
Yeah.
And Spurs possibly winning, had Rod Strickland not thrown that infamous behind the back pass.
Yeah, that would have been the Spurs first.
They had Sean Elliott out there open in the wing, man, ready to shoot a 3.
Yeah.
If he had hit Sean, I bet you anything, the Memorial Day Miracle would have been the second greatest shot in Spurs history.
Chris Gonzalez saying, hey, what about Danny Green and Kawhi Leonard when they went missing in 2012 against the Thunder? The Spurs also, remember when the Spurs were a top seed and they got knocked out?
Yeah, by the Rockets, man.
Yeah.
Hakeem the Dream, man.
Well, that was back in the day, but I was also thinking about, wasn't it the Grizzlies?
Oh, that was the 8 seed beating the number 1 seed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Crazy. It's crazy to think about, man. What you got going? What's today? It's Tuesday, right?
Today's Tuesday, man. But one of the things that we're going to wind up doing for the rest of the week, though, is we're going to have some homework for you. So you said you've never seen Knight Rider. Right. So maybe you could catch an episode or 2 of Knight Rider, and you can let us know what you thought about the show. I think they're about 40-minute episodes, something like that, 35-minute episodes.
Mm-hmm.
Without any commercials.
I got to give it at least 2. Is that what you're
at least 2? At least watch 2. That probably puts you closer to under 2 hours. Maybe an hour and 40 minutes, something like that. That's doable.
Yeah.
The other thing is we're going to be doing something called, Playlist Fridays. So we're going to release a playlist, but we need to go ahead and have some music recommendations. So we need you guys to go ahead and give us some recommendations, what we should put in the playlist. We're going to be doing that today. We're going to go and release something on social media, and we're going to ask the people, leave it up to the peeps. What do you want on your playlist for this Friday? Every week we'll change the playlist, but this Friday is going to be the trial run here. See how well that goes,
I like it.
So if they're out in the weekend, they're enjoying a beer somewhere on Saturday, Friday, they can listen to our playlist.
I dig it, man. I dig it. And the people who will criticize my song, screw you guys, because I know that's going to happen.
You're going to have Taylor Swift in there somewhere, somehow. We already know.
Hey, we didn't talk about the fact that the Dallas Cowboys reached an agreement with Mike Zimmer, the former Minnesota Vikings head coach, to become the Cowboys' new defensive coordinator. I'm not a fan of the Cowboys. You are, or at least you are a suffering Cowboys fan. What are your thoughts on Mike Zimmer being in charge of the defense now?
I mean, we're going to find out if it's a good idea, bad idea. But either way, Jerry says that he's all in this year. That's what he says. But what I'm hoping for is that it just all unravels. So Jerry has no choice but to make some tough decisions, because you're in this offseason. You can't keep everyone. You can't. So some of the players, pivotal players, they're going to go and they're going to be out in free agency and they're going to be going to other teams. Who knows? Some of those might actually be going to the Washington Football Club,
Right, because you have the former Dan Quinn, former Dallas Cowboys defensive coordinator,
Exactly,
going
man.
over there. Mike Zimmer is interesting, and I don't know whether or not this is the right hire to make, because if you go back in time, he's the defensive coordinator, but he was also the defensive coordinator of the Cowboys back in 2000 to 2006.
Yeah.
So he's coming back nearly 2 decades later to have that position. He is 67 years old. Now, again, he was the head coach for the Minnesota Vikings for a good 7 seasons from 2014 to 2021. He was also defensive coordinator for the Atlanta Falcons and the Cincinnati Bengals. But before that, for a dozen years, 94 to 2006, was with the Cowboys as a defensive assistant, a defensive backs coach, and also as a defensive coordinator. So he's been around Jerry Jones before. This is a rehire, if you will, of Jerry Jones. He's going back home. I don't know how excited I would be as a Cowboy fan for this. Because it's like, is it so difficult to go find talent and trust other talent? This reminds me of Spurs fans when they start saying, well, when Pop leaves, who in Pop's coaching tree is going to be the successor? Why does it have to be somebody who the Spurs have had in their system?
Yeah.
Why do the Cowboys have to go out and find somebody who already worked for them in the past? I've never understood that. Why not go get the best coach that you could find, or the best young mind that you can find?
Because they ain't got enough money.
I don't know, man. 67-year-old retread. I know he's been around for a while and he has a ton of experience, but really,
that's the best they can do.
I
man.
take a look at like the Houston Texans going after DeMeco Ryans. Now, DeMeco Ryans was a former player of the Texans, but it was a young mind that they're trying to get going. I want to see these young coaches get out there, man. I want to see these young minds take hold. I'm tired of seeing 67, 70, 75-year-old coaches in the NFL and NBA. It makes no sense to me at all. And people are going to call me ageist. Just is what it is. Is what it is. And I've said this before about politics. I don't want an 80-year-old president either, man. Whether the Democrat or Republican, I don't want an 80-year-old president. But that's what we're choosing from.
Charlie Hernandez is saying, when's the next meet and greet?
You know what? That's kind of funny that you mentioned that, because we might be having a new sponsor who might have a place for us to go do a meet and greet. Nice little bar area.
Nice.
Jonathan C. saying Antonio Pierce is going to make the Raiders good again. That's going back, getting a young former player to go out there. Mario Cavazos, I think, talking about Zimmer, saying he's an old school coach with a hard-nosed mindset. He will not play players out of position, but he had failed as well in the past to be determined. Hey, real fast, did you see, Joe, and I wanted to talk about this on the show, but I completely forgot about it on Monday. Micah Parsons has a podcast.
Yeah.
And he had Jordan Love on there, quarterback of the Green Bay Packers, the same team that destroyed the Cowboys in the wild card weekend this year. For Jordan Love to go out there and say, yeah, we knew your linebackers sucked. We knew that your linebackers were what weighed like 215. We knew that if we got past the defensive line and we got to the linebackers, we were going to get 7 or 8 yards per carry. We knew this. We knew this. We knew this. And I got me thinking, how did the Cowboys not know this?
They know.
First of all, it's ballsy for Jordan Love to go on Micah Parsons' podcast and just call out the Cowboys defense the way that it is, because Micah Parsons is the biggest part of the Cowboys defense. But for him to go on to Micah's podcast and sit right next to him and go, yeah, dude, we knew, man. We knew. You guys had no linebackers worth the damn.
Yeah.
We just had to get past the defensive line, and we were all good, man. Just give the ball to Aaron Jones, and he was going to get 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 yards every single time. I thought that was ballsy. And then also, imagine being Micah Parsons and you're hosting the show, and you're trying to have a good podcast, good entertaining podcast, and to know that you guys are being bashed by the same people who beat you. I found that to be hysterical, dude.
Hey, look at this, man. I just saw this. I don't know if you can pull it up on your end. Look at Jeff Garcia's Twitter, man. We got a familiar face that's making an appearance today. Your old buddy there, Pledger, man.
Oh, yeah. James Pledger is
Yeah.
today's host, guest host, or guest rather, on
Locked on Spurs.
Locked on Spurs. Yeah, Jeff Garcia was telling me about that last night. Jeff Garcia, you can follow him on Twitter and Threads at Jeff G Spurs Zone. He provides the daily content when it comes to the Spurs. I love following him on Twitter. I love following him on Spotify. I love following him on YouTube as well. I am planning on being a guest this week as well. And he also does a lot of the post-game interviews, and he does a lot of the post-game write-ups as well.
I like this, man. They're all talking about Ojos Locos. They said, Matt Lerma says, well, this is Ojos Locos' target audience.
Well, I have boots now.
Hey, there you go.
I have boots now. They're not steel toe,
They're
but
not
I
Red
have
Wings.
boots.
There you go.
And what is this retweet that he had here from Swiss? Saying, for the record, we live every day like it's our last days. Unless you're like MJ Acquired Taste, you get cooked all year round. And the photo is of Sucios, Necios, and Spurs Twitter
That's
stomping on me.
It's because you get bodied all the time, dude. They're always cooking you. Always cooking you, man.
Now, are they laughing with me or at me?
They're probably laughing with you and at you. Because you do some outrageous shit, man. I always get tweets and messages on the side, and they're like,
Go get your boy.
Joe, come get your boy. Why is he like this, man? Especially with the beer. I'm like, that's Mike, dude. I don't know what to tell you. I don't even know what to tell you, man. That's just Mike.
My favorite one about the beer is the fact that there's one that you and I took. Let me see if I can find it. It was the one of me and you. That one was funny.
At the game?
At the game.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, when I do the side eye look.
Oh my God.
Because you're in the background and everyone's there going, Joe's behind you thinking to himself, this dude doing this again?
Yeah. Man, if they only showed that on the Jumbotron at the game, can you imagine?
I don't know how this started. And here's my my Twitter son, Elias, doing his impression, his impersonation.
Oh my God, man. Ridiculous.
Dude, I like my boots, dude.
And let's show you the boots. Oh man,
I like my boots. They look okay.
You got to treat the boots though, man, because that leather gets like, it's gonna get ruined if you don't treat it. With water or whatever.
It was raining out there, dude.
Yeah, those boots are gonna get ruined. You got to put like some oil or something on them, man.
I'm getting excited, dude. 5 weeks from Las Vegas. Question becomes, how much money do I take out there? My friend Rick was asking me that question.
I like this, Chris Gonzalez. Is Mike the new Jordan meme?
Oh, the crying meme? Is that what that is?
The crying meme, dude. Oh, God.
Head of a fist says nice boots. That's right. They're Ariats, baby.
With the memory foam in them.
Yes.
Hey, I was watching Twitter right now, just scouring, looking at information.
Yeah.
I retweeted some stuff out. It's on my Twitter, Twitter line if you want to go check it out. Jeff McDonald was saying that of the Express News, the only players in the entire NBA with the higher usage rate than Victor Wembanyama right now, Luka Doncic, Giannis Antetokounmpo, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Donovan Mitchell, and that's the end of the list. So before the minutes restriction was lifted, a lot of Spurs fans, including myself, were like, why doesn't Coach Pop play Wemby more right out the gate, right? Kind of easing the kid in. Easing him in. Then he played a little bit. Then he hurt himself with a freak accident, stepping on the ball boy. I
don't even think he hurt himself.
They were just being erring on the side of caution, right?
Yeah.
So they're like, let's go ahead and sit him out, blah, blah, whatever. They slowly brought him back in. Now he's out there balling, and they're really using him now, And I think Coach Pop knows it's probably going to be the season's a wash. At least let him get experience out there on the court. Let him go out there and see what he can do. Kick the tires, man. This is your star player in the making. Let the kid ball. I'm glad that they're letting him ball now, that he's getting the minutes. He's getting that usage rate up. Now he's just making a case for himself where is he the runaway favorite for Rookie of the Year?
Runaway.
Runaway.
At this point, it's over. It is over. Matt Lerma reaching out to us, asking the question about Gigi Jackson. Saying that he was suspended for violating a team rule. Wonder what he did. Gigi Jackson is a rookie for the Memphis Grizzlies. Played for South Carolina last year. Was a very, very good college player. I was really high on him. but he dropped in the draft. Wonder what he did, but apparently he's been suspended for a while. Jonathan C. saying he'll be out in Vegas in mid-March. I mean, I'll be there the 20th to the 23rd, man. And you know what? This is part of growing up, by the way, is the fact that my friends and I get like those points at the casinos.
Yeah.
And we're getting points for rooms. And I get points with my credit card for airline miles, which I use to pay for it. So my airline miles paid for the flight. Our points paid for the rooms. We're now doing it the adult way, dude.
You're men of a certain age now. Because when you're in your early 20s and stuff, you don't make as much money as you do now that you're our age. All that experience, it garners, a certain pay scale.
I don't know if this is going to be money bags, but I'm going to take $1,000 a day for gambling purposes.
Man, that's a lot of money to spend on gambling, dude. It's like,
and I'll probably take another 1,000 for like, going out, walking around money, going to go get something to eat and drink.
You spend a lot of money in Vegas. Even if it's 3 days in Vegas, you're going to spend a ton of money. The longer you stay, the more money you spend.
Yeah. And I have friends who go for a week, man.
Jeez,
2 weeks.
That's too much.
That is way too much, man. Way too much.
MGM reward comps. There you go.
Asking the question here. Someone's asking the question, do I have any playoff games? I have no playoff games to ref, at least not that I'm aware of. Although I was asked to do some more high school games that were not playoff related. Apparently some districts are lasting a little bit longer than before. Maybe it is a playoff game and I'm unaware of, but I've got some games on Thursday. I thought my season was over.
Yeah.
I'd already put away my uniforms and all that stuff. I'd washed them for the last time and put them away.
Dry clean only.
Yeah, but now I got Thursday. I got some action on Thursday out there in Medina Valley.
Look at Mario Cavazos. He says, I'll be in South Padre spring break, then go to Matamoros in March. Wish me luck. Yeah, definitely.
Dude,
wish you luck, bro.
Let's go back in time.
Damn.
Let's go back in time. Tall Tale.
Oh, no.
Tall Tale.
We gotta have some music for you, Tall Tales.
Spring break 1999.
Oh,
Lenny Kravitz's Fly was really big on the radio. I remember
that.
We listened to the album on the way over there. My friends and I went to South Padre Island and we went to Matamoros, and this was before 9/11. So you can just like cross the bridge kind of like whenever you wanted to. And we go to this one bar over there and we're having a great time. And I was so drunk off my ass. And I did the mechanical bull.
Oh, God. No, man.
Okay, you walked into the place. It was $30 for all you can drink for the night. So it's like just $30 to get in and all you can drink. So I'm just getting plowing drinks away. And I get flung off the mechanical bull, and I'm on my back like an upside down turtle because I'm so drunk I can't get up. Right? I'm just like, I can't do shit, right?
Like a turtle flipped over on its shell.
Yeah, and also because I'm not on the ground, I'm on like these padded pads or whatever the case may be.
Yeah.
Well, this really hot girl was on the mechanical bull, and she got flung off, and she landed right on top of me into like an embrace, and we started making out on the thing.
Jeez, dude.
Yeah, that happened when I was 22 years old, and my friends would laugh at me. They're like, Jimenez hooked up. He couldn't even get off the ground, and he hooked up.
Couldn't even get off the ground.
Now, I do have photos of Spring Break 99 taking shots outside of Padre South Hotel.
Oh, man.
I mean, we drank a lot, dude. I'm thinking about the photos. They're obviously not my phone. They're like in these, Eckerd or Walgreens envelopes at my mom's house or my sister's house. And we have, what's it called? We drank Goldschlager.
Oh,
Goldschlager, Jaeger. Like, I can never do those days again, man. Is Goldschlager still around?
I don't even know if it's still around, but that stuff's nasty, dude. It's just cheap liquor, man. That even with the like Fireball, that's just cheap stuff, man.
But it's delicious.
Like, oh God, no, it's not, dude.
It's
you drink
delicious.
that, you're gonna feel like death the next day, man.
It's delicious. Tim Gonzalez asking the question, do refs get paid more in the playoffs than they do regular season? or is it just the same? I think it's a little bit more. In fact, I think it's about 20% higher than before. Don't know for sure, but I think I saw the pay scale, and it's got to be a little bit higher. I mean, I do well when I do these games, man. It's funny because people think that, oh, Jimenez is going to be upset that people are yelling at me or whatever the case would be. If I do 2 high school games, and let's just say it's freshman and JV, I'm on the court for 2.5 hours, getting paid about $150 to be there. That's not bad for 2 hours of running.
Yeah.
If I do varsity, I'm getting paid $180, $200. If I go out of town for games, I'm getting paid several $100s. Not bad at all, dude. And Medina Valley pays very well when I'm out there. And Medina Valley is like the closest high school to me that's not Brennan. I'm like between Brennan and Medina Valley is where I live. Matt Lerma says, I was like, this is believable. Mike drunk on a bull, girl landing on him and they make up. Yep, tall tale.
No pictures, no videos ever.
Okay. Well, okay. Give me 1 second. Stand by for a photo of something real fast.
Who won on your scenario? Who won on your scenario squares? They're asking.
We had 13 people win. I was one of them. I gotta find a photo real fast.
Yeah, we need to get you a Tall Tales jingle, like an intro or something. It's got to be funny though.
I like how people don't think that like I like how people think that I lie on these things.
Even Jeff Garcia calls you out, dude. That has me laughing, man. Because Jeff's not usually like that, but when it comes to you, man, he like makes an exception. Oh Lord, have mercy.
Stand by. I'm gonna find a photo. I know I sent this
Look
photo.
at this hottie, dude. I found a nugget, man.
Oh, let's see it.
Yeah, I'm gonna show this on screen. I'm just scouring the Twitter line right
Wrestling
now.
goddess.
Wrestling goddess. Good God. Nugget, dude. What's her name too? Nikita Lyons.
Now, where does WWE find these girls? That's the thing, man. I'm trying to find a photo. Don't go on my screen yet. Oh, here we go.
Yeah, no, I won't unless you tell me, bro.
Okay, go ahead and go. Go ahead and go.
Oh,
Second
God.
to left, man. That was me in college with the Stanley Cup T-shirt for some reain. That was the 20 some odd. That was the early 20s, Michael. That
looks like you're wearing Z Cavarigis, bro.
I think I might have been.
Jeez, bro. The Z Cavarigis.
Look at that guy right there, man. Second to left, that guy right there. He had game, dude. He had game.
No, but
Mario Cavazzo saying Edgewood in the house, class of 94, por vida. Dude, had game right here, dude. Look at that right there. Look at that. Skinny Mike.
Demon Mike.
Can you imagine if I had taken a photo of myself with that beer and doing the side eye?
Oh, God, dude. You would have gotten punched on the spot.
Let's see if this becomes a meme. I'm going to take this down right now.
Oh, God. It probably will. It probably will become a meme. Somebody will go ahead and do something with it. You already gave them fuel.
Very, very cool, man. Hey, man, everyone have a fun day today. It is 11:30 here in San Antonio. Man, I got to get back to work. This is fun, baby. This is fun. Joe Garcia producing today's show. Don't forget to follow us at MJ Acquired Taste and Two Shots Podcast. Don't forget, 2 o'clock. Rudy Campos Jr. doing his show. Sweep the League. That's on the Alamo City Podcast Network. Again, if you want to subscribe to us, please do. Share it as well. Buy us a coffee if you want. Top right there. That helps fund the show. Keeps it going. Everyone have a great day. Got to get back to work and make some money. See you guys tomorrow.
Peace.